Well, Stephen Lough, former president of the Seattle Electric Vehicle Association, joining us now to talk more about the system. Explain this to us. How does a pay-per-mile system work?
Well, I mean, the gas tax that's now in place is shrinking because all of our vehicles are getting better and better mileage. And the state and revenues and stuff, they see the handwriting on the wall. They've got to do something different. So this pilot program was started about a year ago. I don't know all the details, but I know that if it goes into effect, people will be charged about 2.4 cents per mile for vehicles travel. Now, for a lot of people, that's going to be less. Like for me, traveling about 4,000 miles a year with my electric car, that's about $98. Whereas right now, we're paying a premium of $150 to the state, which we negotiated on good faith that we pay our part of the road tax and stuff. But so I'm going to be saving some. But people that travel a lot of miles are going to be possibly paying more in the end. I think it should be weighted by vehicle size and the cost of a vehicle, i.e. a luxury car or a Tesla, top of the line, should pay more than a poor fellow that built his own electric car 7 years ago and he's paying $150 extra to drive 1,000 or 2,000 miles a year. So some of our people are being taxed pretty heavily.
Now tell us this, for the state, is this the best way, the most efficient way, if you will, to replace the gas tax, and then at what cost?
Well, I agree that it's the fairest thing. I mean, miles traveled, if there's some weight for vehicle type and stuff factored in there, it's totally workable in my explanation, and the people in our club agree with that. So the gas tax itself is a pretty good way if everybody was driving gas-powered cars, but that's changing.
Yeah.
We're in a very fluid situation here.
How long has this plan been in the works, from what you can tell?
About a year and a half.
I think the challenge is, how do you actually get the revenue, and how do you calculate how many miles people have driven? I know one proposal is putting GPS in drivers' cars, and there are privacy concerns there, right?
Yes, and there's been some pushback there, and I think it's expensive. I would rather see a voluntary report your mileage. If you have a gas car, you're going to be into a station checking the environmental integrity of your car once or twice, or once every 2 years. So if people are trying to cheat, that would be a roadblock to that. But and just voluntarily, just I've traveled, 11,250 miles this year. Boom, try it like that. That would be cheap, inexpensive, no hardware to be put into your car, and so on and so forth.
You have a lot of faith in people that they would report that.
Yes.
So why should people care about this overall topic here?
Well, we have to maintain our roads, and I'm not sure of how many dollars are added for the state of Washington onto the gas tax. I know the federal is part of that as well, but we have to have a revenue stream, and we're willing to pay our share as far as the electric vehicle community goes. And I think for people driving gasoline cars, a lot of people could be saving money. I mean, if you're traveling 20,000 miles a year, you're going to pay more, but you should pay more because you're on that highway more.
Right. Stephen Lough, we appreciate your insight.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.